This is Christina Watches Movies. I'm Christina, and I debated for days about whether or not I wanted to make this video, considering I'm more of a horror movie girly and not so much a rom com movie girly. But the whole conversation surrounding this movie lately has really been eating at me. Materialist. Materialist was written and directed by Celine Song, who also wrote and directed the movie Past Lives, which received rave reviews. I have not watched it yet, but it is on my list of movies to watch. I'll start off by saying I loved Materialists. I loved the film score and I loved the conversation that they had throughout the movie about why we date, why we get married, why we have the standards that we do, why we expect the things that we expect from our partners. I thought those conversations were very thoughtful and, for the most part, discussed, removed from judgment. However, the movie falls into the same pit that most rom coms do, which is why I generally do not like them. This movie makes it seem like you have to settle in order to find love. That you can't find love in the confines of your standards. And honestly, that's simply not true. Let me start off by saying that Lucy, played by Dakota Johnson, should not have chosen either one of the men that she was stuck between in this movie. And no, I'm not a simpleton who just didn't understand the movie. I can understand a movie and still not like the way it ended. There's a difference between being flexible and realistic in your expectations for a relationship or your partner and completely throwing your standards out the window. Throughout the entire movie, Lucy is pretty clear about what she wants from a relationship and partner. She wants stability emotionally and financially. In the movie, it's alluded to that she came from a background that was devoid of those things, so it's completely understandable that she would want that for her life and her life with her partner. These wants are constantly presented in a way that make it seem like she's cold and emotionless for wanting them. That somehow she's a shallow person for wanting her partner to essentially have their shit together. Now, she never says she doesn't want love. She wants love and those things, which at mid to late 30s is not asking for too much. She finds stability in Harry, played by Pedro Pascal. He's successful, he has his life together, he's gentle, kind, treats her well, and she states in the movie that he makes her feel valuable. Then we have John, played by Chris Evans, her ex, who is in the exact same place in his life that she left him in when they broke up. He does the bare minimum to survive. He is not stable. He makes her feel bad not only for having the standards that she has, which I'm sure is because he can't meet them, but he's constantly down talking her profession. She states in the movie that he makes her feel like a shitty person. When we see flashbacks of the relationship, all they're doing is fighting. And we're seeing how her need for stability and not to just survive with her partner, but thrive, caused significant strain in their relationship, enough for them to end up breaking up. So if nothing has changed in his situation or her standards in the time they've been apart, why do they get back together? Love, apparently. And honestly, I think to a degree, it's because she doesn't think she deserves any better. She tells Harry as much on their date that she doesn't deserve him and he can do better than her. She actually has a very negative view of herself, especially when it comes to the fact that she wants a man who can provide her with stability financially. And no, not so she can just live off of their money, but so she doesn't have to fight with them on their 5-year anniversary about why she wants to go to a nice restaurant to celebrate it, like she had to when she was with John. She spends months with Harry, and the relationship seems to be exactly what she wants. And he seems to be exactly what she seeks in a romantic partner. But she hasn't fallen in love with him, and he even expresses himself in the movie that he doesn't know if he has the capacity to fall in love because he hasn't been able to before. But why? Why is it that she can't have her standard and love? Why does she have to sacrifice one over the other? Why does she have to settle? Women have been conditioned to lower their standards so that they can find romantic partners, even though usually those standards are completely reasonable. More and more women now are putting their foot down and saying no more to all that. Meet me where I'm at, or I'll find someone else to meet me where I'm at. So, why are we still getting rom coms like this one? As I said earlier, I would have rather the movie end with her standing 10 toes down in what she wants, seeing as neither one of the men meet the criteria, staying single and choosing herself, because you are always an option. But instead, we got the get back with your 37-year-old ex who hasn't really shown any type of proof that he's done any personal growing, just because he says that he will change if you give him a second chance. Again, I really did enjoy the movie, even if it seems like I did not. I just can't get behind the notion that we have to sacrifice the standards that we set for our romantic partners so that we can find love. So let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.